What is up, my hoes? Today, I'm going to be trash talking kids shows as a grown adult. Why, you may ask? Because I'm petty. And some of these shows are definitely worth shit talking. So let's get right into it. First off, we got Blippi. So the premise is pretty simple. We have this full-grown man, Blippi, who looks like a clown college reject, who goes around and learns about different things while we learn along with him. Doesn't sound too bad, right? You know, how bad it could be? Wrong! This TV show promotes gun violence, the brainwashing of the masses, and putting pineapple on pizza. It's not that bad. But it is off-putting, though. It is off-putting. The show is pretty much harmless, except for the fact that Blippi constantly dances. Now, you may think this might not be a problem, but whenever he moves from one place to another, he dances there. It's like the 4th grade kid who won't stop doing Fortnite dances, but if he was an adult. And I guess nothing is wrong with this, but it's just off-putting. Maybe it's just weird to see a fully grown man dressed like he's attending a nerd rave dance around like this. I'm probably just being dumb, though. And Blippi probably pulls mad bitches with his dance moves, so I'm probably the stupid one here. All in all, nothing is really wrong with it. Except his damned dance moves. Next, we got learning songs with Little Baby Bump. What is this name? Is this just a homeless baby who spits mad bars? Honestly, I would watch that. I'd pay to see it. Unfortunately, this show is more along the lines of Coco Melon and not about homeless infants. On the first episode, we learn about colors. As a group of colored balloons will pop up on a train, and then the narrator will say the color of the balloon. The narrator sounds like he forgot that he was supposed to be happy. So he sounds like he's at a funeral, and he just decided to say random colors.
Red. Yellow. Blue.
In the next bit, we learn about shapes. And the narrator will just become sad, say oval, like he forgot to take his antidepressants. Then he goes through numerous other shapes, and he still sounds like his dog just got shot. And even when he's trying to sound happy, he still sounds like he's depressed as hell.
Square. Circle. Triangle.
Hang in there, man. It'll get better. But at least we gotta learn about shapes, right? So after we learn how to sing Shapes Through Depression, we then get to learn Ba Ba Black Sheep. And for some reason, we're learning it in space. The Black Sheep is just legit on the International Space Station teaching kids how to sing about himself. Honestly, what a Chad. The song starts off with Ba Ba Black Sheep, have you wool? But they write wool without the L, so it's just have you any woo? And then it goes on to say, yes I do, 3 bags full. But they say full, like fool, but without the L. So it just goes like this. Ba Ba Black Sheep, have you any woo? Yes I do, 3 bags foo. Dude, Black Sheep dropping bars, not gonna lie. They just wanted to rhyme wool with full, which it already does, but they decided to take away the L. But honestly, if you think about it, if you take away the L, all you're left with is the dub. So I think they won out on this one. The next lines of the song are even weirder though. And they go like, I have 1 bag for the master. And the master is legit just a picture of a mom. And then it goes, and I have 1 bag for the dame. And the dame is just a little girl. Rule number 1 of not sounding like a creep. Don't call little girls dames, okay? I feel like that one should go without saying, man. Yeah, no, screw this show, man. Don't try as hard. Just rhyme normal things with normal things, please. And don't make me feel like I have to hide my children. And now we got Coco Melon. Yeah, this show is really bad in the sense that it's super low quality. The premise of the show is we follow these infants around as their parents teach them different things, but it's through song, and really, really awful song. I know this is a show for infants, and no infant is going to make a YouTube video about how low quality the songs in Coco Melon are, but like, come on, at least try, you know? Part of one of the songs is just the kid doing over and over, like the thing where you flip your lips, or whatever, you just go that's just a large portion of the song. And then they hit you with these lyrics. Moon is shining and the stars are out. Good night, little whale, good night. But okay, why do you say moon instead instead of the moon, as if the moon is some sort of sentient entity with a name. And aren't you supposed to rhyme with it as well? Something like, the moon is shining, the stars are out, this little kid is whining because he's got gout, you know, or something around those lines, you know, something like that. But they don't do it. They just talk about like celestial bodies and then the kid being a little whale or something. It's like, okay. It's not just the songs either. The animation quality is awful. I swear this was made with like Blender default assets. Like, look at these bubbles. These don't look like bubbles. It just looks like the kid has a mad afro, man. And the animation just looks so unnatural and robotic. It's like a group of aliens came to Earth and then tried to blend in with humans. Also, the kids have baby voices, but also like kid voices too. So they'll go from goo goo gaga to I require sustenance, female parental figure. And it's just kind of jarring. I could probably root out more that's wrong with this kid show, but I'm just not going to subject myself to more torture than necessary. The next show we got is Booba. Yeah, that's not a joke either. It's actually just called Booba. They really didn't think about the name before they made this show. Booba follows this little creature who is called Booba. And I have no clue what Booba is supposed to be. He looks like the homeless guy on the corner of 5th and Ave. His design just puts me off, though. His eyebrows are, like, attached to his head via little flesh sticks, and I don't like that. And he's just a Neanderthal-like humanoid just covered in white hair. It's like if Gandalf was a midget creature and he really let himself go. That's the best way I can describe it. He just falls into the uncanny valley, but if the uncanny valley was for hobo creatures. The premise of the episodes are pretty simple, just Booba getting into some antics while doing an everyday thing. But some of them are just weird, man. Like episode 3, Booba wants cheese from the fridge, which I get, because you gotta get that midnight fuel. But when Booba tries to open the fridge, he knocks down this caterpillar, and the caterpillar really isn't too happy about that. He's so not happy about that he turns into Batman and bullies Booba. And after a century-long battle between good and evil, a rat just comes in and takes the cheese. Then the episode ends. And for some reason, okay, this rat is packing, bro. Like, hot damn. It's just so weird. A caterpillar fighting Booba for a wheel of cheese while dressed as Batman. Then at the end, a rat just comes in and introduces these two to communism. It's just so odd and random. And Booba also just keeps making noises non-stop. And it's not just the noises that sound bad. The sound effects just randomly don't fit. Like, listen to this and try to guess what this sound effect is. If you guessed B, you're wrong. In fact, if you guessed any of them, you're wrong. This is actually the sound effects they use for falling ice cubes. So yeah. Okay, now this next show, when I saw the preview of it on Netflix, I was disturbed. This show is called Gekkos Garage, and it's about Gekko and his garage where he fixes shit. First off, I need to point out that Gekko's voice is just so off.
Gecko here. Today's a very special day.
He sounds like a 50-year-old man who's trying his best to sound like a wheezy 5-year-old. And it's not just his voice either that's off. Sometimes he'll talk and then his mouth won't move. So he just goes ventriloquist mode randomly. And his movements are really low quality is the best way I can put it. The whole show is obviously low quality. It was probably made in like 3.5 days by a college student who realized that they could milk money out of impressionable infants. But like the animations and movements are so off-putting since they seem so robotic and unnatural. Anyway, enough about how creepy this show is. What is it actually about? Well, we got Gekko here, and he runs a garage where he fixes cars and other stuff. But he doesn't just fix any old cars, alright? He fixes sentient cars. And it's upsetting. I don't like that. Especially since in the first episode, he's fixing a baby truck. Okay? I guess Gekko is just supposed to be like a doctor, but for sentient cars? And this is weird. A Gekko playing doctor for sentient cars? I don't know. Just anyway, we got the mama truck bringing her baby truck to Gekko's garage, and the baby truck, knowing that there's probably heaps of dead baby car corpses in the basement of Gekko's garage, runs away into the woods. And instead of going after her baby, the mama truck just gets pissed at Gekko and scolds him instead of going after her child that just ran into the woods. So Gekko goes to the woods to find his next victim to dismember, and eventually he finds baby truck because of her little whiny baby bitch noises. And Gekko comforts her and gets her to come back to the garage. Gekko then replaces baby tire's wheels and sends baby truck back to her mama, and that's that. But the mama truck just let a random stranger go into the woods and retrieve her baby. I don't know. Seems like bad parenting to me. The show just instills a general sense of dread in me, and I don't know why. It just feels like everything is wrong. It's just, I don't know. The show is just a creepypasta waiting to happen, man. I'm telling you. And I probably shouldn't be this uncomfortable about a kid's show, but I just get uneasy watching it. And I actually stopped watching it after like 3 minutes because it made me so uneasy. Yeah, I know. I'm probably just being a little bitch, but I don't care. Gekkos Garage weirds me out, okay? And for the last show we're going to be looking at today, we got Bread Barbershop. And yes, it is what it sounds like. It's just a piece of bread that runs a barbershop for other pieces of bread. And the bread's name is Bread Pit. That's not a joke either. That is legit. It's right here. Haha, I get it. It's like, get it, guys? It's like the actor. It's like the actor. I get it. The intro for Bread Barbershop is actually 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's just extremely long, and I'm pretty sure I got wrinkles from watching it. So the premise of the show is that we got Bread Pitt here, who runs a barbershop in a kitchen full of sentient baked goods. And the first episode starts out with some cupcakes who are alive and who just came out of the oven. Cupcakes hop out of the pan. They notice that one of the cupcakes has a hard time getting out of the pan. And this is because his head is absolutely ginormous. And it's so huge, in fact, that they make fun of him, and his large, big brainedness causes babies to cry. That's how you know you got a big head, is when babies cry. Megamind dealt with it. Megamind was right there with you, man. Ashamed of his big head, he goes to the Bread Barbershop to get his head/hair fixed, I guess. And when I say hair, I mean toppings, because the cupcake's hair is actually just toppings, which I guess is kind of creative. So yeah, the cupcake goes to the barber to get his head fixed with a new hairstyle. And I don't know, I just think you'd need like a head vise or maybe like a hydraulic press to fix that, not a barber. But the barber tries to squeeze the cupcake's head down, and that doesn't work, considering his head just turns into this. And the cupcake is very distraught about this, and he keeps crying. He just always cries. He cries about everything. Getting his hair done, he cries. Getting bullied, he cries. Things not working out, he cries. Things are working out, he cries. This guy is really a lost cause. But eventually Bread Pitt gets inspiration from one of Cupcake's many tears to turn the cupcake's head into a crown. I don't know how he got crowned from a teardrop, but okay, I guess. You know, it's whatever. So then the big head cupcake gets his head fixed into a nice crown, and he's made the best cupcake of the day by the baker since he has the coolest toppings. And so now the big head cupcake doesn't have to be ashamed of his big head anymore. Yay! Teaching kids to hide their differences and what makes them unique instead of embracing them is pretty cool. And the episode ends with a 1 minute and 30 credit scene too. And these are 10-minute episodes, so 1/3 of the episodes are just the intro and outro. Now that's how you keep your audience engaged, okay? Especially infant minds. So yeah, those were some of the weirdest kids TV shows I could find out there. Honestly, I don't really recommend watching any of them, even if you're an adult or even if you're a baby. Except Blippi. Blippi's cool. Blippi's lit. You can watch Blippi. HoHoJoe says you can watch Blippi, so you can watch Blippi. But yeah, thanks for watching to the end. I really appreciate it. And as always, you can be expecting more peak cinema content soon. Okay, bye.